Hello again mga kabibo! Welcome to our channel and let us all discuss grade 9 mathematics.
Bebo, 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 bebo,
Bibo TV.
bebo, 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 bebo,
So for today's lesson, we're going to discuss about the properties of parallelogram. So what are the conditions that guarantees a quadrilateral parallelogram? First property that makes a quadrilateral a parallelogram is that in a parallelogram, any two opposite sides are congruent. So if we will say two opposite sides, katong mga sides nga nag-atbang. So if this is A, B, C, D, unsa man nga side ang opposite sa side AB? Yes, side DC. Unsa man pod ang opposite side of side AD? Yes, side BC. And if we will say congruent, the measures of the sides are equal. If side AB is 11 centimeter, what is the measure of side DC? Yes, it's also 11 centimeter. If side BC is 9.4 centimeter, the opposite side of side BC is also 9.4 centimeter. Parallelogram property number 1. In a parallelogram, any two opposite sides are congruent. Parallelogram property number 2. In a parallelogram, any two opposite angles are congruent. Again, if this is A, B, C, and D. This is angle A, angle B, angle C, and angle D. Angle is the opening of the two rays. Ang bika sa duha ka sides. Okay, what is the opposite angle of angle A? If you say opposite, iyang kaatbang is angle C. Opposite of angle D is angle B. In a parallelogram, any two opposite angles are congruent. If angle D is 77 degrees, the opposite angle of angle D is also 77 degrees, which is the angle B. While angle C is 100 degrees, the opposite angle of angle C, which is angle A. In a parallelogram, any two opposite angles are congruent. In the third property of parallelogram states that in a parallelogram, any two consecutive angles are supplementary. If we will say consecutive angles, angles nga nagsunod. Unsa may kasunod ni angle A? Angle B. Pwede po si angle D. Pero di sila kasunod ni angle C. So, consecutive angle of angle A is angle B or angle D. Consecutive angle of angle B, either angle A or angle C. And if we will say supplementary, the sum of the two angles is 180 degrees. If we'll say supplementary, the sum of two angles is 180 degrees. If angle D is 77 degrees, what is the measure sa iyahang consecutive? Iyang kasunod. So, ang iyahang kasunod is ang angle A or angle C. So, if we'll say supplementary, the sum of two angles is 180 degrees. So, if this is 77 degrees, what is angle A? How to determine the measure of angle A? If the sum of the two is 180, naanay 77, so instead nga ato siyang kuha sum na namin 77, kadtong 180 is subtract nato sa 77. So 180 degrees minus 77. Yes, the answer is 103 degrees. So if this is 103 degrees, iyang kasunod is angle D, 77. How about angle B? Sa may sukod. Yes. So dito na punta, if the sum of the two angles is 180, 180 minus 103, yes, 77 degrees. So kung diri apod 77 iyang tapad 180 degrees minus 77, which is 103 degrees. So ma-relate na to gaganina nga property number 2, ang ilang ka-opposite are equal. But in the third property of parallelogram, any two consecutive angles are supplementary. The sum is 180, the sum is 180, the sum is 180, the sum is 180 degrees. In the fourth property of parallelogram states that the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. Again, if we will say diagonals, joining two vertices that are non-consecutive. Kadtong vertices nga wala nagsunod mo ay atong gi-join. So unsa may wala nagsunod nga vertices? Ang D ug A nagsunod man pero si D ug si B wala nagsunod. So kung ato sang i-join, naka-form ta og diagonal DB. So from point vertex D to vertex B, kung ato siyang i-join, what we call as diagonal. Likewise, A and C are non-consecutive. Ato silang gi-join, naka-form ta og diagonal. If we'll say bisect, so it means gitunga ikaduha. Again, gitunga ikaduha. So, the diagonals, so makita na to ang duha ka diagonals nagtabo. So it means they bisect each other. Nagtinungaay ang diagonal AC o diagonal BD. If diagonal BD is 16 centimeter, pila man ang sukod from point D paingon sa point E? Yes, this is 8 centimeter. And this is also 8 centimeter. If the measure of diagonal AC is 13 centimeter, what is the measure of the side or the segment AE? Yes, this is 6.5 cm. Likewise, EC is 6.5 cm. Since the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. The fifth property of parallelogram states that a diagonal of a parallelogram divides the parallelogram into two congruent triangles. If this is 11 centimeter, this side also is 11 centimeter. If this is 9.4 centimeters, the opposite side is also 9.4 centimeters. If the parallelogram divided by a diagonal, the parallelogram divides into two congruent triangles. So as we can see, if this is one triangle, has 11 cm side, this is also another triangle, has 11 cm side, and another side is 9.4 cm, and another side is 9.4 cm. And the diagonal measures 13 centimeter. So whatever the side of this the sides of this triangle is also or are also the measure of the size of this triangle. So we can say that a diagonal of a parallelogram divides the parallelogram into two congruent triangles. That's all, everyone. Hopefully you've learned something new today, especially to our students in grade 9. So, hangyo ko is like and click the subscription button as well as the notification button to be updated for our new videos. See you!